Okay, so today I am going to be telling you guys about my experience at Beautycon in LA. If you'd like to hear more about it, go ahead and keep watching. By the way, this might be a long clip, so I suggest you guys sit down, get something to eat, and there might be some cussing as there is into most of my videos. So if you guys are around somebody that is 17 and younger, you might want to leave the room or whatever you'd like to do. Okay, so me and a couple of friends, me and two other friends, we went, me and a couple other friends, we decided to go to Beautycon LA. Well, I had mentioned it to them back in, I believe in March or April, that it's going to be coming up in July. So I convinced them and they bought some tickets and I did too. Well, whenever you buy the tickets, they have the general admissions, they have the social package, the hauler package, and I believe like the early bird package. We just ended up getting the general admissions because a lot of the other prices for the tickets were really high and it was our first time, so we kind of just wanted to get a feel of how it was going to be. Me and my two other friends, we met up at my house, and then we left we left my house like around 6ish. And then we actually left our town like around 6:30ish. We got there actually rather quickly. I think maybe about 2.5 hours. Mainly I did all the talking just to keep the conversation going because it was early in the morning. And I took my husband's phone, so he had me play Pokemon Go as we were on our way, so that catch some Pokemon on the way. So to cut into it, we get into LA, we get to the convention center, we pay for parking, and parking there is like $15, maybe a little bit cheaper, but for us for me it's a little different because where I live we don't pay for parking, so yeah. But we get there, and as soon as we go into it was at the LA Convention Center. I guess the year before it was somewhere else, but it was at the LA Convention Center, and as soon as you walk up, there's a big old banner. There's a big old banner where it says Beautycon LA. Woo, we made it!
Where do you want to go? I don't know.
We made it! We are at a mall in Hollywood. Which was nice. And then you go up some escalators, or you can go up the stairs. Then there's 4 metal detectors. 2 of the metal detectors, it wasn't a big line, but it was a decent sized line. There's people waiting. And for the general admissions, you just went right on ahead through with the other 2 metal detectors. So I was like, okay. So we go through, and then there's like a rope, not like a rope, but like there's like a line with the rope thing, and made out for you, but instead of people standing, they were sitting on the floor. So we get there and we just sit on the floor. I'll be inserting pictures of the events that I'm talking about because I did take pictures so that you guys can see. There, and we're sitting, the people were sitting on the floor, so we just sat on the floor just because they were. So we sat on the floor, but it was really tight and it was uncomfortable. I'm not a skinny girl, so, and I have long legs, so it was kind of uncomfortable. My legs were falling asleep, but everybody's were. They were falling asleep. Everybody was fidgeting. It was just like really uncomfortable. It sucked. But we got there like at 9:40ish. We sat down at 9:40ish. I know because I checked my phone and I texted my husband to let him know I was there, and I was on Snapchat and all the other stuff, and texting him and so on and so forth. So, and mind you, this was the first time me leaving my kids behind and my husband behind and not taking them with me to go somewhere. So this was kind of like a trip for me. So it was a little weird leaving my kids and stuff and him. People that had boxes that were kind of like the Beautycon boxes subscription type of thing. Our bracelets, tickets came in a box, and it just came with, I'll insert a picture right now of what it looked like when I got it. So we got that, and the boxes, when we got there, when we were sitting down and everything, people had those boxes, and we were like, oh, what are those boxes? Are they giving them out for free? Because a friend of mine that went, she said that supposedly that we were supposed to get some kind of free sample, something for even general admissions or for the first people that signed up early, because we signed up really early. Like I mentioned, I mean, not signed up, but we bought our tickets really early. So we thought we would get something for free. But no, those boxes that those people had were subscription boxes from that Beautycon LA does. Sorry, my son was knocking on the door. So they were giving out these boxes, and it turns out they were the Candy Johnson boxes that she did with Beautycon. So they were passing those around. And the people that did work for Beautycon, they did come around, and like about 2 or 3 people came around. They had like carts full of those boxes and stuff. But they kept coming around, and they were kind of like trying to shove it down your throat to like buy it, because we were waiting there, and they were just like, they would pass the box around like a sample box so you can see what's inside the box, but they would hawk you. Like, if you're looking at the box, like, they would, like, literally, like, watching you to make sure you didn't steal anything out of there. And I think one of the workers there, she actually, like, made a comment to one girl that was just looking at the box. So I was like, okay. I personally wasn't interested because I heard a lot of bad reviews from those boxes, that some are good and some are bad. And I guess they were doing some kind of percentage off on the box for, like, an annual year subscription. I didn't want to do it just because I didn't want to, and 2, just because that box may have been good this time doesn't mean that the box would be good other months, you know, so on and so forth. Beautycon workers, they were kind of pushy a little bit, like for you to like buy the box. Oh, and because it was her birthday that day, if you bought a box, you got to go and do the meet and greet with her. So I didn't get the box. 40, and the doors, they were going to open it for us until 12. So we're going to be sitting there for a long time. So we were fidgeting and everything. At the last, like around 11ish, I was just standing up. I'm like, fuck this. I am not going to sit there and sit anymore. I'm just going to stand up. Who fucking cares? I'm going to be walking around standing up anyway, so might as well. So, like around 11ish, well, but by that time, all the haulers group went already, the early bird, like all the other tickets that paid much more than us, and so they went ahead. Actually, a friend of mine here on YouTube, Miss Beauty Couture 101, she ended up going to Beautycon as well, but she paid, I think, the early bird ticket, so she got to go in 2 hours before the general admission, which was smart on her part. But I didn't want to pay that much because it was my first time going, and I wasn't, on the website, it said that certain brands were going, but when they gave you this pamphlet, when you get there, and it gives you, like right here, it gives you, this is the list of all the brands that went. Well, on their website, it says certain brands were going and they didn't even end up going. So I was pretty pissed off about that because They said they were gonna go and they didn't go. And Laura Geller was supposed to go, she didn't show up. Artist Couture was supposed to go, they didn't show up. And I really want to try the glow powders because everybody's raving about it, especially the YouTubers, especially when they get that PR package. I really wanted to try the glow powders, but no, Artist Couture wasn't there. And I wanted to get some highlighters from Laura Geller. I'm a highlighter junkie, you guys. I don't know what's wrong with me. I really don't. I need to stop. I do. I should just change my name to highlighter fucking junkie. But so they gave us those pamphlets. We were looking through them, and it gives you a whole layout. It gives you a whole layout of how it was there. These, of course, this is where all the stuff was at. The bigger booths were like the bigger brands. It just gave you a whole layout of what it was inside, so you won't get lost and stuff, I guess. Like around 11:20-ish, I'm going to post a picture right now. Those are the people that were in front of me. So those are the people that were in front of me, and like around 11:20-ish, they actually got to go, they actually let them in early, because like I said, all the lines that all the people that were waiting in line for the haulers and like the social package and so on and so forth, those are filled up by other general admission people. When we got there, we thought, oh, this is it, like, because not a lot of people showed up. Like after we showed up, like there wasn't that many people in back of us or even next to us, and like around 11-ish is when a shit ton of the general admissions people that got their ticket, they showed up like last minute. I guess that those two metal detectors that I told you guys that we went through that were just easy to go through, there was a huge line to even go through. They weren't even letting people go through because there was no room for them to sit, stand, or anything, so they had to wait. So it got really busy like towards like the time where they're gonna open the doors. So since we were in like the front, the people in front of us, they went, and then we got to go at 11:30, so they let us in 30 minutes early. I thought that was great because of the fact that we got a 30-minute advantage, and if we wouldn't have got that advantage, we would have been fucked and not be able to get nothing. So as soon as we get in there, we go straight to Tarte because we heard that Tarte was doing 40% off, and yeah, so we went straight there. The line wasn't very long at all. It went by really quick, and while you're waiting in line, they gave you a paper. They gave you this paper of, they gave you a paper of all the stuff that they have there. So you can already know what you want to get as soon as you get in there, and set it, you know, and whatever you want to swatch, you just go and swatch. It actually went really, really quickly, that line. And they had their famous, the Tarte in the Bloom. They had that for $30 when it's originally 45 something. I don't know, I'll probably put it right here or something like that. And then they had their Tarte Amazionian clay matte palettes. They had their contour palettes. They had their matte lip paints, and of course they had their clay matte waterproof bronzer. They had their 12-hour clay blushes, and they had their BB creams, and you know, their famous Tarte liner. They had their brow pencils and the mascara, both of them. And then they also had their new highlighter. They had their new highlighter, which is the Amazionian the Amazionian clay 12-hour highlighter. Of course, you know, that's the first thing that I got. I didn't get in the Bloom because, to be honest, I'm not really interested in their shadows. The shadows are all matte. Yes, I like mattes, but the colors seem rather boring. Not boring, but I just don't want them. They're not like, oh wow, I need to have those. No. And not only that, they look too light to where I don't think they'll show up on my skin tone. So yeah, I didn't get that, surprisingly. A friend of mine, she actually got 2 palettes. She got 2 of those, and when you actually got them, you didn't have to pay taxes or anything like that. So the palette was only 30 bucks. It's 30 bucks. You don't have to pay nothing else. That was it. So that's what we love the most. This is, of course, I got the highlighter. I threw away the packaging already. I wore it today for the first time. That's what it looks like. As you can see, it still has the sticker on the mirror. But that's what it looks like. It swatched rather well. The guy that was working for the Tarte stand, he said that it was waterproof. No, it's not waterproof. He saw it's waterproof and blah blah. I'm like, no, it's not. It claims to be 12-hour wear. I'm wearing it today, as you can see. It does work really well, but you have to build it up. It's supposed to be 12-hour and it's so on and so forth, but you have to build it up. You can't, like, if you do just one, it's very, very, very subtle. So you have to, like, literally kind of pack it on just to get the nice bang, you know, what I like. I ended up paying only $20 for this, so this is all I got from Tarte. Tarte was Lime Crime booth was right next to it. At the time it was kind of full, so we're like, oh, we'll just go back. So we went to the booth next to it, which was Real Techniques. I wanted to get a shit ton of beauty blenders, or the Real Technique blenders, whatever the hell. I wanted to get those. So I'm waiting in the line. They had this big display of all the brushes that they had, and it was a nice jar or whatever. It had all the different stuff. They even had like the metal collection, and so I thought, oh, okay, you just go up there and tell them which ones you want. They put it in a bag, blah blah blah, and you go. So we're waiting in line, and then like after like about 5-10 minutes of waiting, she says, oh, okay, form 2 lines, one to just look at the products and one to buy. So I went the line to go buy, and so I went up there and I was like, oh, I want to get some, your guys' beauty blenders. I want to get a lot. Oh, I'm sorry, we are only selling it by the bundle. I look at her, I'm like, excuse me? You have this whole wall with all these brushes. Oh, they're just for display. All right, thank you, bye. I wasn't happy with that at all. It's like I could have wasted my 10 minutes and just gone to Lime Crime and waited there. So I wasn't really happy with that. What's the point of having that if you're not even gonna sell the fucking brushes? So it came with like a beauty blender and like the brushes I already had from them. So I was like, oh no, thanks. So after that, we went to the NYX booth. That line was ginormous. Like, it was huge. We heard that they were giving out like a nice big bag of samples and stuff, but it was really long. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna wait for this shit. The food trucks were outside. I'll be posting, all that stuff, insert of the pictures and stuff like that. So we went to the food trucks, and they had a lot of different food trucks. When we went outside, it was really sunny and bright. I mean, it was really, really sunny. Like, the sun was just beating down on you, but you actually had a nice cool breeze. Because we were like about 30 minutes, I guess, from the ocean, so you can like feel the cool breeze. It felt really good. But we got something to eat there, and then we went back and we went to Ardell. Their line wasn't long at all. It was very short. But when we came back, oh my god, the lines tripled. They tripled. It was horrendous. I'm like, oh my god, like, we're not gonna get shit. Like, it was bad. And when we were in the Tarte line, they're already gonna sell out of the Tarte and the Bloom palettes. So whoever got them, they were lucky. But anyways, so we went to Ardell, and Ardell was doing six lashes, any style, for $20. And of course they were selling their duo lash glue. So I got their green one, 6 of them. In my last video I was wearing a pair. In my last video I was actually wearing, where is it? Oh, I was wearing these, which are the 151 soft touch ones. These are really, really good. Like if you're a beginner at wanting, or if you want to know how to do, or want to start wearing lashes or anything like that, these are really good. The band is really, really thin. It's soft and it's really easy to maneuver. It didn't even look like I kind of had like, lately, like, I don't know if you saw my other videos, but I had like dramatic lashes, and these are like so subtle and so easy to do. I was just like, oh my god. So I really, really like these. These are one of my favorites. I got 2 of those, by the way. And then I got these Demi Pixies. And then I got these. Then of course I got the Demi Wispies. And I am actually wearing the 122s today. These are pretty subtle as well. And guess what? That's all I got. That's it. It took us 2.5 hours to get there. Paid my friend for gas money. And I only spent $55 there. That's including from the food truck. That's it. That's all I spent. So after Ardell, we were like, so what are we gonna do? We go and look at the lines, and they were like fucking ass long. Like they tripled, and we went to Lime Crime just to go try and go see. There was 2 huge ass lines to even get in, and this was like around 1:30ish around there. So I was like, so what should we do? So we're like, you know, fuck this, we're gonna go to Sephora. So we ended up going to Sephora in LA, which is at the Grove. I'm not sure where exactly that's at. I don't know if it was Beverly Hills or Hollywood. I don't know. I haven't been to LA since I was like a little girl, so I didn't really, it was very new again to me. So I really enjoyed the trip going there. I liked it. We went through Koreatown, which is really cool. And of course I was catching Pokemon for my husband on the way over there. Oh my god. We actually got to see Crenshaw. And everything. So it was pretty cool. When we got to the Grove, it was really nice. Like it was kind of like an outlet. It's an outlet. Like they had the Fresh store. They had the Mac store, Standing Still store, and then they had their big Sephora, which was standing still. And it was, oh my god, it was so busy in Sephora. It was busy. Like people were bumping into each other, and just like it was really, really busy. But I still got some stuff anyways. I'm thinking of doing like a little Sephora haul, because I did order some more stuff. I don't know, we'll see. My opinion of Beautyconla, my experience was shit. I did not like it. I won't be going. I don't think I'll ever go again, to be completely honest. I do look forward to like Fame Expo and IMATS. I wanted to go to Fame Expo this year so bad. But of course I already got my ticket for Beautycon. But next year I don't think I'll be going to any makeup events. Next year my husband wants to go to E3, and those of you guys that don't know, that's like a gamers convention type of thing. They barely opened it to the public this year. He wanted to go this year, but they kind of did like last minute, and we couldn't do that at the last minute. So next year I believe they're going to open it for the public again, and when they do, my husband wants to go. You know, so I got to go on my makeup convention, so it's only fair that he goes to his gamer convention. But Beautycon was shit. I really did not like it at all. It sucked. It really did. It wasn't worth the money. So the only thing was worth going was going to LA, and that's about it. And then going ahead and being with my friends. I think that was fun too. So that's it, guys. That's my overall thoughts of Beautycon. I don't know. I don't know, everybody else, I see everybody posting their BeautyCon experience and everything like that, so I don't know how theirs is, but mine is a sucked dick, okay? Sucked dick. Okay, thank you guys for watching me, and I will see you guys soon, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, bye!